The average retirement age in America is 62. The question is, when is the right time for me? When choosing your retirement start date, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. On your way to retirement, there are a few things you should keep in mind. What kind of lifestyle do you want in retirement? Your habits and hobbies could determine the amount of money you need.
We have folks that are living on $2,000 or $3,000 a month and they're completely happy. We have some folks that are withdrawing larger amounts. Well, like we were talking about in a former conversation, when they're withdrawing 7%, 8%, 9%, and have a plan in place where they're doing that. And there's a lot of assumptions that go along with that. And that assumption is the market's just going to go up and up and up and up and up. So there's been some real pitfalls that I've seen in some plans that are out there where someone comes in and says, hey, I'm a little bit concerned where we are. And our belief is a major concern is longevity risk. Do we want to get in our 70s or 80s? People are living longer. Do you want to hit 80, 85 years old and run out of money?
The beauty of retirement is that you can do whatever you want to. But here's something to consider. Will you need to work longer to build up your retirement savings? Can you handle the risk of keeping some money in the stock market?
There's nothing wrong with having money in the market. Where people make the most mistakes is when they get in and when they get out, or how they get in and how they get out. So that's why it's vitally important to have a true investment plan set up, customized for you and your family, your wants, your desires, your fears. Because the one thing that damages people most in the stock market is buying high because they have the fear of missing out, and selling low because they have the fear of losing. They're already lost, and you sell down, you lock in your losses. So the magic of the market is to buy low and sell high. Get in and get out with more. If you're getting out with less, you have the wrong strategy. So make sure you have the right strategy. And what we've seen in the market, as long as it's a legitimate stock, over time, that stock usually comes back. But once it comes back, or if you have a good gain, the best time to get out of a stock is when you have a big gain. So you're not up until you're out. Get out of the stock with a gain, and then never look back.
You've taken the time and established the kind of life you want in retirement. Now the question is this: when is the best time for you to retire? According to a recent survey, the younger investors are, the younger they think they'll retire. There are some things to consider if you decide before the age of 65.
Well, of course, before 65, that means you're out of the workforce earlier. And you start your retirement earlier. Of course, if you're retiring at the age of 60, 62, we're seeing a lot of that. You could be retired for 30 years. So the pro is a great long retirement. The con is you got to make sure you have your budget and you have your assets set up in position to take you out all the way to 110.
Now, if you've made it to 65 and you qualify for Medicare, maybe you'll want to wait another couple of years for full Social Security benefits to kick in.
I talk to some people almost every day who don't want to retire. Therefore, they're working to pass age 65 to 70 sometimes. The advantages of that, they're not digging into their retirement account because they're still working. The disadvantages are when they decide to retire. One of the things, I'm 55 now, one of the things I've learned as I get older, I can do less. I can still do what I want, but my mind tells me I don't want to do it. So the younger you are, the more you're going to enjoy that travel in retirement. So if you want to travel, the first 10 to 15 years of retirement is when you should do all the fun things, because there's no guarantees in life. The day you wake up today could be the last healthy day. So make sure you treat it that way and do everything you want to do when you can do it.
Maybe you've got an enjoyable job and you can continue working into your 70s. There are different rules for your retirement money if you decide to wait.
I talk to people who are still working past age 70. Now, one of the disadvantages of that is your Social Security is not growing anymore. It stops growing at age 70. It's still there, it's not growing anymore. So if you worked from 65 to 70 to give that money the time to grow, because it grows about 8% per year, your benefit, but once you reach 70, there's no benefit to working anymore unless you like to work. I talk to people almost every day who are happy where they are and don't ever plan on retiring. But if that's not your piece of cake, then retiring at 70 is probably the ultimate goal, because you've got the full growth of the Social Security. You probably had a lot more time to build your retirement accounts, and now you can live the dream you always wanted to live in retirement.
Sometimes the unexpected happens. If you're forced to retire early, are you prepared for success?
Unfortunately, in the world we live in, there's many times where people show up to work and they're told they're not needed anymore. Call that forced retirement. They call it early retirement. It sounds nice. It's not nice. You're being forced out. So the people that are successful are the ones that plan ahead for something like this to happen. That's why we like to get that checklist out and check off all the things that could happen and make sure our plan can sustain that. So the magic here is to start saving for retirement as early as possible and get a plan that you know is going to give you that lifetime income. Therefore, if your boss tells you you're not wanted anymore, you're already set to go. You're ready to hit that finish line and celebrate life. But if you don't have money put aside, that could be the worst time of your life.
Whether it's now or later, the best investment you can make is taking an active role in your financial future. Be proactive and get involved with your money. Sit down with the team at Capital Financial Advisory Group and take charge today. They can put you on the right track to retire when you want to and help make your money last. If you don't have a plan or want a second opinion, the Certified Fiduciary Planning Team at Capital Financial will bring clarity to your questions and concerns. Also, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more great content.